Hi guys, well, cover off this little vent off here, and here's the butterfly. What am I talking about? VFR 1200 2012 original exhaust. What a mammoth beast of a thing it is. However, I realised that there's a little cable bit here that shuts off this when you first start the bike to give you back pressure. So why am I actually doing this? Well, I got this with the bike, and I know I've got a Leo Vince exhaust. If you watch my other videos, there'll be links at the end. You'll see that the VFR 1200. I couldn't decide whether to leave the baffle in or out of my Leo Vince exhaust. I left it out, it sounded a bit nicer, but I could feel there was no back pressure. She weren't running right. I put the baffle in, she's really quiet, and I can't see what the hell's the sense having it on. I still can't put my panniers on. If you remember that other video, I was going to cut it down, but it tapers out. So here I am with the original half a ton exhaust, and obviously I noticed before I was going to put it on it was all loose, and I realised why. I'm going to spray that up, and obviously I need to connect through here the valve bit to make sure that opens and closes, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it off actually. I reckon that at least if it's on and it sounds a bit chunkier and I've had the panniers on, then that's job done as far as I'm concerned. So let's get all this back together, make sure that it's nice and tight, because I've got to put it on. This is what I said in my other videos. You have to check. Don't ever put something on that someone else has taken off. Don't ever think, yeah, it's going to be fine, because it isn't. I'd have put this on. They were hand tight. I didn't need them a spanner. This one had one bolt in it, and it was reasonably tight, but that would have loosened. The VFR's got a lot of vibration. You can feel it. That would have just rattled off, and I'd have come home and thinking, who's been vandalising my bike? So there you go, guys. Always check work that you haven't done. If you're changing something over, if you bought something second hand, always check the stuff out. But anyway, I'm going to put all that back on. I'm going to give it a little bit of a clean. It's a bit dirty. And I'm going to take my other exhaust off and then put this on. But I'll do a quick sound test for you in a minute. Alright guys, so get on with it. Right guys, Leo Vince exhaust. As I said before, it comes up too high. This exhaust should finish about here. Well, this exhaust will finish about there. But as I promised, let's listen to what it quickly sounds like. This is the baffle in. Bike should be dirty. I've been riding it. Clutch in. I think a lot of that is actually the engine roar rather than the exhaust roar. And I just found, as I said, that it's just not, how do I explain it? I've explained about the scooters before. You need back pressure, and these V4s I think need back pressure. It's a great big bike, and that's so quiet anyway. So let's get the exhaust off, and again, it isn't hard, it really is. You know, I've undone the bolts already, and I think when I did the video the other day they all fell everywhere, so let's try and not do that this time. And I have prepared it, you know, I've undone the little bit, so let's just wiggle, 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 wiggle. Come on, there you go. The weight difference, look, I can do this, look. Weight difference, half a ton. You know, it really does weigh some. And it really is just a case of fitting it all back on in the sleeve where it came off, really. There and there like that. You can see already that the panniers, that's why this exhaust was chopped off there like that. And put it on, yeah. But I'm thinking I can feel, I don't tell I've got to change it again. I don't know, the clamp feels really, really big, and there's not a clamp on there. So anyway, let me fix this on and let's go from there. Well, it all came to a standstill. I had to buy the part. One-handed. There you go. Maybe I should have prepared that a little bit better. Do you ever wonder, I mean, I like Wheeler Dealer and all the sort of car programs, you know. And you see him where he's in his garage and he just takes his part off and he says, oh, this is destroyed, I'll get another one. And here's the box. 5 flipping days. 5 days from this seller. MCD Parts Limited. Why take 5 days? Last Wednesday. Today is now Monday. Why didn't he post it Thursday morning? I had it Friday morning, you know? Really annoys me with some sellers. Anyway. This. Morning. Exhaust. And this fits in there. What I'll do though is I'll take that back off again. I'll put it back on because I have to go righties, and I'll fit that onto the pipe first and then squeeze that on that way, because this one is a mesh one, so it should squeeze nicely. Anyway, let's get on with it. So here we have the exhaust, and here we have the very nice little bung that he gave me, and guess what? It's exactly the same size as it. So, come up with the ingenious idea as it's mesh to place it on a bottle and squidge it down. Slowly open up. As it's mesh, that should open up nicely. Let's get on with that. Isn't that annoying though? You know, they say, oh yeah, it fits. It doesn't fit at all. Well, that's not working either. I'm stretching it a little bit. Still never going to go over that pipe. I mean, literally the same size. So, ever the optimist, I'm unravelling it. I'm going to unravel it and then wrap it round, and then I might put some exhaust gaskets here on it as well. Sometimes you have to think on your feet, you know. I could try and order another part, but all the ones that I could see were exactly the same. So, let's get on with it. So, there we go. Oh, bloody leg. Oh, anyway, it's too long. I've got a hacksaw that I'm going to hacksaw the extra bit off. Always remember, when you're hacksawing a bolt, make sure the nut is already on the bolt. Don't do it before, or you'll never get the thread on. Threading off is easy because you re-thread it. But, oh shit, 1 minute. Oh. That's right, got sciatica. Bloody leg's killing me. Anyway, there she goes. I'll take a better picture of her outside in a minute. And let's listen. Remember what you first heard, wouldn't you, on the other video? She putters a little bit there. Oh. She putters there a little bit, doesn't she? I haven't put the butterfly back in, that's why I've left it open. I think it's a better sound. I'll go for rideys in a little while. I'm just throwing bloody leg over it. First my knees, now my back and my leg. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, let me drag it out and finish off cutting that, and I'll show you guys in a second. Guys, there we have it. She is a big bugger. And you know how tedious hacksawing is, but it's satisfying, isn't it? And there you can clearly see that is, I might round actually, that is the butterfly that is connected to the cable normally, and I've not connected it. So I think, I don't know, it does look alright. Top tip I suppose, saving yourself £400 for an exhaust doesn't sound no different. It doesn't sound any different with the baffle in. With the baffle out, she was stalling. I was coming up to junction to stall, and there was no back pressure. That's what I said about the PEDs. I had a VFR 800 video on here, maybe check that one out. A Delkovich exhaust on it. It's mega loud. I mean, it was like road illegal. It sounded brilliant, but top end, nothing there. Nothing there at all. You open her up, she sounded brilliant, but it was like a PED. You know, you hear them going, yeah, and you keep thinking, where the fuck is it? And eventually it went by. I mean, obviously not as bad because 800 cc's, but it was like that. And I found it with this, without the baffle in, it sounded better, but it just wouldn't run right. And when I put the baffle in, it was quiet. So, top tip, you might as well just take the butterfly off and have the bike the way it is. So, yeah, give it a quick start. I think that's noisy enough, to be honest with you. You can hear, as I said to you earlier, the engine sounds more roary than exhaust. Slight little putter. That may be because I had to unwind the bit under the exhaust bit. Anyway, it's tight and it's on there. So, as I usually say, job done. Go for rideys now. I'm pretty sure it'll react completely differently. There's no difference in speed. These are bloody fast bikes, if I'm honest with you. So, there we go. Today's top tip. So again, today's top tip. Don't bother buying an exhaust for a V4 Honda. You might as well just take the butterfly off and leave it there. And for the 4 odd kilos it weighs, to a bike that weighs 200 odd kilos in the first place, it's not going to make any difference. And as in our video, I had a Triumph 1050. And I had a great big, you know, rocket launch exhaust on that, and I put a tiny exhaust on there. And every time I came around about and opened up, she used to flip out. So these are weighed up perfectly for riding, you know, and precision riding. So when you change things, like putting a a 3 kilo lighter exhaust on there, I think it throws the whole bike out personally. So guys, it's my chat for the day. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. And there's 2 or odd other bike on this bike now. Lots of other bike videos that I've got on there. So if you get a cup of tea and a sandwich, you can watch them. Guys, you take care of yourselves on the road.